Starlink is an action-adventure game that you play from third person inside of a ship that is both capable of land and space combat. While visuals of the planet are somewhat reminiscent of No Man's Sky, in addition to scanning life forms you might find there, you're mostly on a planet to defeat the Legion enemies that show up. There are also outlaws too. There's some gathering of materials that will be used to build up upgrades on your main mothership, the Equinox, as well as build planetary bases much later on. The ships themselves are moddable as well as the weapons they have. There's an elemental system in the game where certain enemies might have resistances or vulnerabilities to different elements, encouraging or even sometimes forcing you to switch them out on the fly. You can do this at the menu from at any point in the game. Switching out for a fire weapon to deal with a cold enemy who might be heavily immune to your ice weapon, for instance. There's also a fairly diverse selection of ships in the game that you can start with and later switch to. In addition to all of this, there's quite a number of pilots to choose from, some with very different abilities as well as others that buff the entire team. This can be valuable as this is also a co-op game. There's even a limited split screen option with a tether to keep everyone close by. Starlink might be one of the last Toys to Life games, if anyone is old enough to even remember what those were. You could get a ship and attach it to your controller, swapping out pieces, swap them out in-game automatically. I never had any of these, or did I use them, but like most Toys to Life, I imagine it was just a gimmick. The story just kind of throws you into it with a huge cast of characters you never really get to know very well before it's all over. The story will play out pretty quickly though, and while not technically bad, it just doesn't have time to develop, nor do any of the characters. I feel like there should have been a prologue and an epilogue to shore up all of the loose ends and maybe just introduce us to some people. Originally, a very long time ago, I played this co-op with a friend, but we found the split screen far too limiting with the very small proximity tether. Later, we played one planet or so with the system link, but never really got into it as much as we should have.
We're here.
Atlas. Jewel of the Pleiades.
Look!
Welcome to Atlas. Oh man, I'm gonna get so many hits back on Earth.
No, you're not.
Levi, no one's supposed to know about this.
I'm looking to change that.
Chase, Levi. One of you will need to be outside to help Hunter with the escort.
Okay.
Hey! He said one of us.
Scans off, St. Grant.
It's incredible. I can't believe you've been doing this for a whole year.
Our third trip. Hasn't gotten old yet.
It was Alkeane last, now Atlas. The artifact we're collecting here might just be the breakthrough we need. We're closer than ever now. I know it.
Proximity warning. Looks like our delivery is coming in hot. Right. Let's get our ears on.
Hey, home, can you hear me?
What happened? Do you have it?
Yeah, these guys don't like it when you steal from them. Sensitive types. Could use a little help here.
She's not gonna make it.
Get to the Equinox. We're coming.
I'll man the bridge.
Judge, take Mason with you to the hangar. We need to buy time for me to jumpstart the engine.
Are you sure? Maybe I should help you in the reactor.
They've never used Starlink before. Go show them what it can do. Take my ship. You're ready.
Okay.
Warning. Cooling cycle terminated.
You think that's bad?
After the intro, we're thrown out to deal with this initial incursion. Whatever pilot you picked is here, and although they aren't in every cutscene, they do show up in them from time to time. I haven't learned the flight controls here, so I'm struggling to keep up and really hit anything. Eventually I'll figure out both weaponry for space combat as well as how to control the ship. For now, I'm a newbie, in spite of our gunslinger character mentioning how he is at least a few centuries old.
new kid.
Thanks.
St. Grant, how's it going down there?
I'm almost there. Tell him to hang on a few minutes longer.
Breach in reactor hull. Everyone, back to the ship! The reactor's been breached!
On our way. Just one more left.
St. Grant.
Take him with us.
What? No, 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 no! Sage! Seal the hole! No!
Grayson, what's going on?
He's gone! They took St. Grant!
What?
No!
And that's the intro. Got a lot of characters here and not a lot of idea of what's going on and who everyone really is. We mostly won't ever know other than a few tidbits about the past here and there. The Equinox, our mothership, crashes and is seemingly just fine. Whatever metamaterials it is made out of, we need to get some more of that because my ship is vulnerable, especially early on, in spite of picking the most tankiest I could find. I do eventually switch this out for one of the other tank classes, as if you quote-unquote die, you can respawn as a different ship and continue the battle. This is our first little ground battle of the Legion. We'll be facing far more of these and bigger varieties as time goes on.
Eli, is that you?
Yep, still breathing. That was one heck of a crash. How's the rest of the gang?
It's okay. We're all here.
Glad to hear. We ought to get going and find St. Grant then.
We can't. Those freaks who took St. Grant also stole our reactor. There's a backup, but until we get more fuel, we're not going anywhere.
We stay put. No telling what happens to St. Grant. Gotta be another angle here.
Maybe there is. Check your map. Here's your ship. You should be able to see everything within the scan radius. The rest of the planet's uncharted territory for now.
Razor, I am picking up an alien signal nearby.
You think someone's out there? Worth checking out. Feel free to give the map a spin. Not much to it now, but once we explore more of this place, it'll definitely come in handy.
Yeah, I'll go scare up some fuel then.
Be careful. We don't know what's out there.
I'll tell you one thing that's out there. A bunch of killer robots.
Killer robots? We've seen what, Drakes and a couple of Cyclopses?
Hold up. Wait, this is normal to you people?
Get used to it or go home. The Legion's been here way longer than the rest of us.
Here you can scan animals to get experience. Early on it isn't a bad way to get XP. I also talk about the animal in question for a short bit once you complete the sequence.
Oh, good, you're back. Wait, you're not Thicket. No, where's my assistant when you need him?
I'm looking for fuel. You got any?
Oh, sorry. My missing assistant has me all flustered. You haven't seen a squat, leafy fellow wandering around, have you?
Afraid not. But maybe you and me can help each other out.
I sent Thicket to put down a beacon, and he set it right next to an imp hive. Stars knows where he is, but I need that hive removed. Then I can help you with, fuel, was it?
That'll be taken care of.
Dude, you just made friends with an alien. That's like historical. Yeah, he kind of looked like an iguana. Guess all those sci-fi books I read were right, huh?
Iguana? That better be a compliment, flyboy.
Oh, yeah. Iguanas are beautiful creatures. Very majestic.
Uh-huh.
Nasty little machine.
Although this is a story mission, most base interactions go this way. Do a mission for them and they open up and allow trade and later join your alliance once you start putting together an army. Eventually you get to build 4 different bases in the spots that imps occupy, but that's much later. This is some environmental blockage. With the right elemental weapon you can blow these open. Inside is a cache that has Electrum, which is the basic currency, as well as mods, which we will get throughout the entirety of our playthrough. This particular story quest takes us to the Imp Hive. Right now you'll just destroy it to stop it from spawning imps, but later this will be a node for a facility or a base of some kind. Get used to fighting imps. They're on this first planet and they will be on the last and throughout.
That ought to do the trick.
Ah, wonderful. No hive, no imps. Just the way I like it. I have some Electrum waiting here for you, as promised.
Oh, our ship actually takes Nova.
Nova? Where did you say you were from?
Well, most of us are from a planet called Earth.
Haven here. Born and raised.
Well, the only way to get Nova here is to salvage the core from an extractor. But, well, it should appear on your map.
Interesting. Now that we have helped this observatory, our visibility on the planet has increased.
There's the Legion extractor. Looks like that's our target.
Word of warning. Extractors are Legion machines. Before my time, they were easy to salvage. But since the reawakening, they defend themselves most efficiently. But you all seem desperate. Competent enough. Just bring the core to me and we'll be done.
This is a pretty cool idea with the extractors. They pollute the surrounding environment, so you can always find them visually just by seeing the massive dust clouds around them. Later on, if a planet gets conquered, the entire planet will be covered by a dust storm until you clear out enough extractors to open the sky back up.
Enemy analysis complete. Siege weaponry recommended.
Now's your chance to hit the extractor. And dodge those lasers. Don't forget to hop over those lasers.
Make more Nova?
If only we could. Sadly, while there is plenty of Electrum to be found, no one knows how to refine it. So the only Nova left is inside those machines. And well, we're not all as brave as you are.
Wow. I wonder if St. Grant knows about this.
What was that?
Our captain, St. Grant. He learned how to create Nova. That's how we got here.
Your captain can make Nova? My stars, why didn't you say so? Knowledge of that kind could upset the entire system. And you say he's missing?
That's why we're here.
I see. Fascinating.
Yes, indeed. Making Nova is going to upset the entirety of the system. Occasionally you'll arrive and a facility will be under attack. You'll need to clear out the enemies to rescue them. Technically a base can be destroyed, but usually it takes more damage than whatever is attacking it to be able to accomplish that. I think I only saw one base get destroyed throughout my entire journey. Trading cores and resources will allow you to upgrade a base over time. Additionally, you can also spend a large amount of Electrum to do the same too. Well, maybe sometime later since the option doesn't appear here right now. These outlaw ground bases have shields that can only be knocked out by reflecting their shots. You can do this for them and basically any other creature and ship by hitting your active shields at the perfect moment. Outlaw bases on the ground have resources, Electrum, and mods. They are usually worth pillaging, maybe once you figure out how to reflect anyway.
Alright, I got your Nova here. How do you want it?
Open your ship's computer. You should be able to launch the repair sequence from the Equinox screen. Nice. If we find any more goodies around here, maybe we can upgrade the Equinox even more. Until then, let's see if this works.
This was a precision strike. They must have tracked our core through the hull.
Well, this isn't enough Nova to draw anyone's attention, that's for sure. But Mason's calculations are right. Should be just enough to get us airborne again.
Yeah, we're just enough to be blown to pieces.
Hit it, Chase!
We're supposed to go to space here to continue the storyline, but instead I investigate these ruins to see if I can't do a little hunting for mods and stuff before we continue. There's a lot down here, but currently my cargo hold is very limited. I'll need to upgrade the Equinox to get the upgrades for my personal ship. Cargo is one of those things I need a lot of to carry around cores and materials to upgrade facilities, especially once we start building them. Here, outside this Warden Spire, I'm getting used to combining elemental effects. I'm using ice and fire to create a reaction when the two are combined. That's quite a bit of damage, as long as the enemies aren't immune to one or the other. These Warden Spires here are on every planet, and they feature some relatively light puzzling based upon elements, usually 2 different ones, but not always. They usually have very good rewards based upon the planet they are on. The higher level planets naturally have the best stuff in their spires. launching and landing on planets is reminiscent of No Man's Sky, sort of like the colorful planets you find in the Weird Critters. Time to advance the storyline, flying to the Equinox in orbit, good as new.
Starlink database updated.
I have waited so long for this. I foresaw this moment many years ago. The Wardens showed me, and now the gift appears. The time has come to harvest Nova.
Nova?
When the Warden gods departed so long ago, they took with them the secrets to Nova. You must feed my legion.
Look, if you want Nova, it's no trouble. But first, I'm gonna need to get back to my crew.
Your crew is lost. You will show me how to make Nova. And you will kneel before your warden.
Thanks, Judge.
Listen. I got contacts, and I know who took St. Grant. Let's talk to them first.
This is the only intel I trust. The Legion's got a hierarchy, and orders gotta come from somewhere. Let's crack a few more open and see where that gets us.
That's not very diplomatic, but it could work.
What are we waiting for? Let's get out there.
Levi, come on.
Each time you master a
As mentioned, every character has their own personal skill tree of some variety. They aren't super different from each other, but there are a few things. I mostly just picked Eli Arborwood here because he looked cool, and I didn't really end up using his special ability that much. In the Switch version of the game, you actually get Star Fox and crew, but sadly that's not here on the Xbox. Grax is our main antagonist, although we'll mostly only see him in cutscenes in the end battle. He's probably a great adversary, but much like all the characters, he doesn't really get enough screen time to develop into much of anything. Hyperdrive is finally active now, and it takes some time to travel between locations. Fortunately, you can fast travel once you unlock some nodes. Additionally, I start destroying outlaw stations later to use them as fast travel points when I'm bouncing around the star chart.
Just landed on Haven. Mind pointing me in the right direction?
Just keep your eye out for an old refinery. Should be near a river.
All right, then.
So, Shade, have you known this guy long? No offense, but you don't seem like someone who makes friends with, well, anyone.
Hey, I never said we were friends. We met back when he was still taking jobs. He used to be one of the baddest bounty hunters around.
Used to be?
Scud's old. Real old. Saw too much of the world and stopped making sense of it, I guess. Always ranting about the world being secretly run by Krakna or whatever. One day he just packed it in and set up his own digs.
Sounds like me. When I started developing Starlink, I tried to get funding. Everyone thought I was crazy.
Well, jury's still out on that.
Haven is beautiful. Pretty much every planet in the Atlas system is beautiful, though. This is also the home planet of our gunslinger here, as he'll occasionally mention when you land on Haven. These aren't actually worth much, but I still take them out when I run across them. I don't know yet that they are base nodes. Progression at areas tied to the story.
Hey you! Yeah, you! I see you sneaking around out there. You got 5 seconds to step off before I turn you into comet dust.
That'll make it quick. Friend of mine named Shade said you know all about the Legion.
That lying piece of ghoul crap snot's about as trustworthy as a gritfish.
Just need some answers is all.
Nothing's free in Atlas, you know that. You want something from me? You gotta get something for me. My refinery's been combing the area for minerals, but there's still a couple of types we're missing. Grab a rare one for me, will ya?
There are a couple variants of these things on the planets. They latch on and slow you down, basically wasting your time until you shoot them. They get real annoying, but one shot takes them out. Prickle burrs is, I think, what this particular variant is called.
Good going. You know, this refinery spits out electrum by the buckets. Seeing as you helped me out and I'm an honest guy, despite what Shade's probably told you, I'll toss some electrum your way on occasion. So, you want to know all about the Legion, huh?
I want to know who's controlling them. They took a friend of mine. Now, I'm looking to get him back.
Doubt it. Grax doesn't like to show his face.
Grax? You the one who sent Drakes our way?
Those things are like his spies. He wouldn't have sent them personally, but if they found something of interest, he would have come running. How's about you help us both out and see for yourself? And that'll give you a good idea of how...
Well, somehow we're still in the tutorial portion of the game. It wants me to go back and hack a crashed Drake to get information. We'll do this a lot in the future as they tend to have decent loot and are quick to recover.
You're gonna pay for that.
Sometimes outlaws are just wandering around. They might also be occupying ruins sometimes instead of the Legion.
Sweet. So what about the signal? The Drake definitely pinged the Spire, but it's hard to tell where it went from there. For now, we should head back to the refinery and tell Scud what we found.
Razor, I noticed something peculiar about the Warden Spire. It carries the same signature as St. Grand's artifact.
The artifact Shade got us? But that means St. Grand was after Warden technology.
I believe so. It is my conclusion that the artifact is part of the Legion's communication network. If we learn to decipher it, we may be able to intercept Legion transmissions.
And then we can find where they took St. Grand. Judge, you're a genius. So how do we decipher it?
Such an analysis will take incredible computing power, but it can be done. We will need electrum, and a lot of it.
Then we should continue to the refinery. The prospector may be able to help.
Refineries can be upgraded and they provide you with some amount of the profits. It starts out as a trickle, but eventually once you've upgraded dozens of allied refineries, you'll have far more electrum than you ever know what to do with. Similarly, the mod facilities that we will acquire later will also provide you with mods periodically. In this tutorial section, we need a specific place to upgrade, but mostly you can just sell the materials and it will upgrade the base and or facility eventually. This is, I think, our first fire giant here. This is one of the elemental base legions, and we'll see a whole lot more of these as time goes on. It will have a few varieties of elements too. This is merely a level 1 enemy as we're still newbies and on the newbie planet, but they will rank up, especially in the hard section of the Atlas system.
Alright, you got it. Time to upgrade this heap of junk. Oh boy, I've been waiting a long time for this. We're gonna be swimming in electrum in no time.
Attention, we now have enough electrum to analyze the artifact. You can launch the Equinox upgrade from your onboard computer. Using St. Grand's artifact, we can now translate Warden encryptions, giving us access to the Legion's communication network.
That's amazing. Have we picked anything up?
We intercepted a repeating transmission, streaming the video to your onboard computer now.
My children, my believers, the Wardens have bestowed us with another gift. A storm will cover Sonatus as the Prime reawakens.
Dude, what the heck was that?
That mask. The guys that took St. Grand, they were wearing those masks. Sage, send this to Eli. That has to be Grax.
No. No way. You don't know what you're saying.
Grax or otherwise, this video confirms it. This fellow is controlling the Legion. And he just released another on Sonatus.
Then we need to head there immediately.
Carl? Look, I'm evacuating the workshop. I'll have to call you later.
And you've seen the Prime. Fascinating, isn't it?
No, I mean, yes. But Carl, the Prime, it's planting extractors. The Warden harvest is starting again.
No, it can't be.
I know, it sounds insane, but I know what I saw. The Legion, they'll overrun all of Sonatus.
The whole planet. Impossible.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Hold on, we're coming to help.
So it begins. This will be our first encounter with a Prime, and there will be more than a few to come after this.
All right, you there, Doc? Where's the Prime?
Prime? I don't know. It was moving so fast.
Any way of pinpointing its location?
No, wait. I don't know if it'll work, but the extractor it planted. You need to go there.
All right, then.
Carl, what's happening? Who are these people?
Hashtag Starlink, yo.
They're trustworthy. I'll explain later. For now, what can they do to help?
Oh, well, when the Prime Legion plants extractors, my theory is they maintain a connection. So if you can sever those connections, the Prime should react, giving you its location.
First, I gotta destroy them extractors. All right, then.
Over here at this ruins, we see the amount of enemies has expanded on Sonatus, which is a higher level planet compared to Haven. These are also almost all ice, which makes fire pretty spectacular against them, but I'm still using an ice weapon as I haven't figured out this whole elemental thing yet. Also get frozen here a couple of times as my resistance is mostly just general elemental rather than specific elements. You can't actually build to be resistant to specific elements like ice or fire.
darn clouds messing with my ship.
This is our first real extractor. We fought one before to get the Nova, but this one is close to a real one. We even have some outlaws here fighting the Legion, acquiring a glimpse at some of the AI violence that can happen in this game. Later on, when you're struggling to gain control of a planet from the Legion, your allies will autonomously go around clearing extractors on their own without your input. Periodically, you'll run into them fighting and get to join them in a battle. In this instance, the Outlaws and Legion are both enemies, so I have to kill them both. I'm too slow here. I wasn't able to eliminate the core, which means I have to destroy the nodes a second time to open it up and finally get the kill shot. My weapons aren't quite powerful enough for this yet.
Extractor down.
That's amazing. I'm picking up a signal, but it's faint. Wait. There's another extractor.
The Prime planted another? So soon?
I'll see to it.
This is actually important information for later. Extractors come in groups, destroy one and you'll acquire the location of another. When we're fighting on planets that have been overtaken, there will be no radar stations to activate until you clear enough of the extractors that the pollution cloud vanishes. On these planets, destroy one reactor and you can find the others in the sequence. We'll be destroying a lot of these. I've learned a bit more about how to eliminate them quickly. There's a third one we'll have to hit before we can assault the Prime. There's a shield giant here present at the third extractor. The shields will completely block damage unless you shoot around or circle strafe them. Enemies like this also usually drop a cache on death that will have a mod or two and probably some Electrum. Primes come in 4 tiers. This is a second tier one, and I never actually engage a 4th tier as I only had a couple of occasions to engage one like that. They have a set of sequences in the battle with red circles acting like we're playing Final Fantasy out here. Avoid the damage circles while hitting the weak points to force it to flee, or if it is a tier 1, they simply die in this first phase. Follow them when they flee, depending on where they are. They're going to a nearby Electrum field, so it could be more than a light jog like it is here. Second phase, they grow crystals on their legs and you have to destroy them before you can actually do any damage to them. Once they are down, their belly is exposed, but actually mostly only from one side. This first time I don't know that and hit the wrong side, which is harder to land shots on because there's less clearance. When the Prime gets back up, he summons reinforcements and you must break the crystals on the joints again. I'm actually taking some damage by this point. My health is in the lower left, but it's not enough to matter. Destroying the belly kills the Prime. Additionally, you have to carry the Prime core, so the item I had before just has to be discarded. Come here empty-handed next time, I got it.
Prime's down.
Not a moment too soon.
Whoa, nice one! Incredible. Carl, the Legion. They're shutting down.
What? What do you mean?
They're dormant. The Prime draws energy from each of its extractors. What if destroying the Prime left that energy with nowhere to go? This could be the answer to stopping the Legion once and for all. The Prime must have a Nova Core. Can you bring it to me?
And the planet is saved. Well, at least until a Dreadnought shows up and deploys another one.
Study this. I just need to make
Prime cores tend to upgrade a base a level all by themselves, unless it's the last one. We also acquire a paint job here. We'll get a few of these here and there are more on the Outlaw Moon, if those missions are your fancy.
Just the beginning.
Whoa.
Razor? We did good, Mono.
We did. That's the last sample.
It's gonna take some time to analyze this core.
Well, pick up the pace. We gotta get him while they're down.
We will, Rancor. We just need to figure out where these primes are coming from first.
Here's what we know. The Prime is of Warden design. Its main purpose is to gather Electrum, which can be refined into Nova, and Nova can activate more Primes.
But Grax can't turn Electrum into Nova. Can he?
St. Grant can. He learned how to make Nova by studying Judge. But now...
Look, the cycle completes.
A shame it is only enough for one.
One will be enough. This crew continues to resist. But they will be swept away by the Dreadnought.
What is he doing? What's this?
We've got to get St. Grant back now, before Grax is able to cover Atlas and extractors. Razor, you and I will take point.
Finally!
We are few in numbers, but armies smaller than ours have defeated.
You guys. An army. Look, it's like Hunter said. Grax is just gonna keep getting stronger and stronger. I'm looking out for myself. Hey. You guys should too.
Shane, you're right.
Mason?
We should split up. Dude, that's intense. There aren't enough of us. The Legion is growing. We need to keep growing. We spread out, find help from every planet in Atlas.
If we split up, we'll get picked off one by one.
Not while we have Starlink. We can combine our strengths from everywhere in Atlas.
The more of us there are, the stronger each of us is.
Exactly.
The Wardens saved us. They gave us a path to the stars, brought us out of a life of darkness. Now, what are we? Lost. I have found the key. We will redeem those unwilling. I send you forth in the Dreadnought. As the Wardens will sacrifice the worlds of Atlas to the harvest of Electrum.
What have I done?
My character was actually in that cutscene, which is really cool. Obviously, Eli doesn't have a lot of dialogue here, but still, it's always a fun addition, especially considering how many characters there are. The only game I can remember this happening in was like Lost Planet 2, where even in co-op, both characters are in the cutscenes, in whatever crazy outfits the players have chosen. This is also where the game sort of actually begins. We're in the real fight against Grax and his Legion. This Dreadnought is one of a few, but get to take this one out initially before the others show up. To do that, you destroy the primes on both planets. Alternately, you can just assault the Dreadnought directly, but it will be strengthened by the presence of the primes. I actually accidentally do this one time by ignoring a prime and taking out the ship directly, but it didn't change the fight too much at that point. I actually kind of hate these, especially later on when the reinforcements that show up are basically trivial. It's like the prickle burr on the planets is just there to slow you down.
Incoming outlaw hyperspace trap.
So, who are we gonna recruit next? Like a dino bro or a plant man?
Levi, I don't think you're supposed to call them plants.
Ain't the worst I've been called.
Whoever we find, we need to find them fast. The Legion are growing. First the raiding parties, then extractors, now primes. I believe our next target may be the hardest of all.
Wait, you think there's something bigger out there?
Theoretically. The source of these primes must be massive, and likely interplanetary. So, the primes come from a big spaceship. Why can't we see it?
Things that might be. Finding it in space is like searching for a pebble in an asteroid belt. Ain't gonna be easy.
This is an outlaw hideout in space. I've never fought here before. Take out the turrets and the groups of ships to lower its defenses. These can be fairly dangerous, especially to my limited combat abilities. To repair your ship, you need a certain amount of time not taking damage to auto-repair, which I have to do several times here to prevent my own destruction. Eventually you do enough damage as you coax out the boss of the place and have to battle him. They have regenerating shields, so you must focus fire upon them to defeat them. After the ship opens up, there's a tunnel filled with debris and mines, so you have to slowly fly in. Unlike what I do here, and I almost get destroyed by the mines. At the center is a creepy skull effigy to some unknown sky deity, as well as a crate. It contains a large amount of electrum and also some mods. This boon alone is worth it, but also once you clear out an outlaw hideout, it becomes a fast travel point in space.
That is Vilas. So we're clear. If I want to pick up the scent of that prime, first I gotta destroy them extractors, right?
Negative. Looks like everything's dormant here. But Sage picked up the prime's electrical pulse when it went out. I'll put a waypoint on it.
We're on Vilas, jumping into some of the bigger Legion present here. This particular one is a gravity elemental variant.
I once knew a prospector on Vilas who told me about this place called the Catalog. Said there was a vault there, full of strange life forms from across the galaxy.
I'm not actually sure how many of these dialogues there are, but opening up a rune's grate always brings some sort of historical tale that Eli has to weave. I tried my luck here, but clearly I'm both under-equipped and need to be using the correct elemental weapons that work against this particular outlaw mech. We actually have to advance the story a bit to interact with this armory, but eventually we'll be building these, and this is where our AI allies will come from.
Good, you're back. I need you to pull into the... What's that? Eli, watch out! I'm not a threat, so you can hold your fire.
So you're the reason why my ship's been acting up, huh? You've been tracking me this whole time.
You've been making noise. First Sonatus, then Vilas. I wanted to see for myself.
Well, take a good look and state your purpose. Otherwise, I might be the last thing you see.
It'll be easier if I show you.
I can only hope you're all still alive. I don't have much time. I'm on this massive ship called a dreadnought, and it's releasing these. I don't know what you call them. They're enormous. A maniac and his cult are behind all this. Grex. Grex. He needed me because... What's important now is that you destroy this dreadnought. The coordinates are encoded in this message. Hurry, before...
St. Grant! He's alive! This dreadnought must be where the primes are coming from.
He's barely hanging on. We have to help him. Hold on. How did you get this? Who are you?
Grex took someone from me. I want him stopped. And when I met your friend, he told me you're the ones to do it.
And we will. Come on, guys. We finally know where St. Grand is. This is our chance.
I know. Okay, but you're not going it alone. If we do this, we do it together.
Yes! I call dibs!
Don't be too quick about it. The dreadnoughts are powered by the primes. If there are primes still out there, you're in for a fight you might not come out of.
I'll update the star map with the coordinates. When you're close, give me a ring. We'll send in the cavalry.
Appreciate it. Let you know when I'm there.
So the video cut out a bit on me here. The Xbox is always pretty picky about how it will or will not record a video. We engage the Legion on Vilas, working with one of the armory personnel to do some jobs. This opened up the possibility to build armories on all planets. These bases produce allied AI units that will seek out and engage extractors and other Legion forces. Essentially, they will aid you in both taking back as well as defending a planet from Legion forces when a prime arrives if you're not around. We can also build observers now, which increase map visibility, refineries, which ship electrum to our coffers, mod stations, which will ship mods to us, but also open up a store for some of the more powerful varieties. Finally, we've unlocked armories to help us take planets from the Legion. These armory units will also randomly engage Legion you are fighting if they happen to come by at that moment. This is actually a really cool system that I wish there was more of. Having this quasi-strategy game built into Starlink here is pretty interesting.
Alright, our bunks are full up. We're fully staffed with the best fighters this planet has to offer.
Building up the armory all the way spawns the most numerous and well-equipped AI forces to try to defend locations and attack extractors. You can also help upgrade allied forces with some of the Equinox upgrades as well. This is a greater extractor. It is pretty well defended, although I'll see worse before the end of our journey. The cores have various attacks while we deal with the Legion reinforcements around. Because I just put the armory down, we don't yet have reinforcements to help us thin out the numbers. They're probably dealing with other stuff scattered around the map. I'm trying to dodge the waves while also trying to get some hits on the reinforcements. Once those Legion are down, we can attack the cores and then expose the central tower, which will both weaken as well as the Prime that is wandering around building these extractors. Also, enemies at this level sometimes drop crates, which have mods and Electrum, like almost everything in the game. I built this armory here after destroying the Impide before realizing there was an outlaw boss present here in a sloop tank. You have to ram the armor plates to break them in order to do damage to the tank itself. Ramming weapons aren't something I've used much of. Eventually, I discover I can just ram without them. My allies are helping with this battle, which makes a big difference in allowing me to destroy the outlaw.
Ooh, mine! You can always give them back if you don't want them.
Get ready to fire!
There's a vulnerable point near the turret, but try not to get blown up going for it.
I've been through more than a few extractors by this point, weakening the Prime to the point where it is simply a tier 1. Eli will call this a baby Prime after we kill it, and the others will encounter later too. By this point, this level of a Prime is pretty trivial for me. Regardless of the trivial nature of this particular boss, we still get the core, which can allow us to upgrade a base rapidly. This also secures Haven from the Legion, at least until the Dreadnought deploys another one. They can deploy a Prime every 1 hour of in-game time. This means it's actually pretty easy to overwhelm them unless they have a solid foothold on a planet. We'll actually see that pretty soon. The Outlaw Moon. This has a bit of a Borderlands vibe to it, at least once we get to the Outlaw City. There are races and survival arenas here that will unlock what are hypothetically the best paint jobs in the game. I don't stay here very long. I'm more interested in the main campaign, especially if there aren't any real tangible upgrades to be earned here.
Starlink data.
Will I say otherwise?
Considering how much trouble these outlaws go to keep their planet hidden, he seemed awfully eager to let us wander around. I'm not certain we should be helping them with anything.
This is another type of puzzle the moon introduces us to. We must position these dials, which in this instance are really easy, and line them up properly to reveal what existed here in the past. In this case, this is the first Warden facility that unleashed the Legion. There are also mods in Electrum, as usual. Now that we've cleared out both primes, it's time to assault the Dreadnought while it's at its weakest. As with the Outlaws, there are a variety of ships and turrets to deal with in order to progress the battle. You also get allied reinforcements for these engagements, but honestly I couldn't tell you if they helped a whole lot. Maybe they take some of the extra firepower, I don't know.
Targets destroyed.
Every turret taken out here spawns enemy reinforcements. Taking out all the turrets opens up the broadside lasers, which take shots at you in pairs on the sides of the front of the ship. They open and close and are only vulnerable when they are open. These aren't too tough, you just have to evade reinforcements while destroying them. Once they are destroyed, the Dreadnought starts unloading a huge number of missiles. I am completely unprepared for this and get overwhelmed and destroyed. Instead of just picking a different ship, as you can and should do, I instead decide to respawn. This forces me to fight the entire battle over again. I'll figure out you can equip another ship eventually, but not today. In this second run, I realize I can both shoot down and dodge, as well as use the active shielding to eat up the missiles. The launcher from the front is actually extremely fragile, and a few stray shots completely eliminate it. Now we just have to take a flight down the Death Star's fly into the interior of the Dreadnought, avoiding the defense lasers. At the end of the tunnel run, which weaves around a bit, we'll have to shoot the core, which also has lasers to avoid. Once it is destroyed, just locate the blue lighted exit and flee.
Grax!
Hang in there.
Is he okay?
Help me get him up.
What's going on?
He's losing it. His body has been infected with a foreign neurotoxin. Life signs are fading.
Then do something!
Be careful! He doesn't look good.
No, it's okay. Come closer. Grax, help me on a warden station. Judge, I saw something. Follow the wardens.
No! No!
He's gone.
You did your best. We all did.
Our best? He's dead, Hunter! What good is our best now?
After the accident, it's all anyone wanted to talk about. They treated me like I was weak. But I'm not. St. Grand, he saw that. He brought me aboard, and I met all of you, and I never got to thank him for that.
He took me in when no one else would.
Levi, you broke in.
Yeah, but he didn't call the cops. I was so pumped to be part of this trip. Part of this crew. St. Grant saw me talking. Next thing I knew, here I was in Atlas. St. Grant made me believe I could do anything. But now he's gone. I guess he was wrong about me.
Okay, that's enough. Listen, I've lost people before. You don't want to go down that road. If you hadn't been here, St. Grand would have died for nothing. You need to be here.
Why?
Who else is gonna get us out of this mess?
You could not have prevented St. Grant's death. But you can shape what comes next. We must halt the Legion's progress here, before it can escape Atlas.
Obviously, St. Grand is a father figure to this weird team of misfits he's picked up, but because we don't really get a prologue and he isn't around long enough, I don't really get to know him. There was supposed to be more media attached to this game, more of that Toys to Life stuff, but none of that materialized, so yet again, a cool and diverse cast of characters that are both human and alien that we never really get to know, and that's kind of a shame.
Carl, you said the only warden structures in the Pleiades are in Atlas, right?
Ah, yes. However, my extensive research has only uncovered tombs and warden spires. Nothing large enough to launch a dreadnought.
Not in Atlas A. But what about Atlas's other stars? Dude, I only see one star. Oh, they're invisible!
Levi, Atlas has 3 stars. St. Grand briefed us on the way here. It's a valid theory. This warden station could very well be in Atlas B or C, but they're both billions of miles from here. Too close for the spin drive and too far to fly. We'd never make it.
So we use Starlink.
That can't be your answer to everything.
What? No, all we need to do is extend the range. The only problem is getting enough power.
Is that even possible?
That's why we're going to Karit. I'm hoping our allies can help.
Warning, 3 dreadnoughts detected. Legion broadcast incoming.
Attention residents of Karit. This is Captain Tak Vega, and I am here to take the trade sector for Grax. Prepare to be annihilated.
Oh good, a greeting party.
The dreadnought is driven not by the Legion, but by a cult member. Grax's plan is advancing.
3 more dreadnoughts arrived to replace the one I've killed. We've got quite a few more primes to defeat, and by the time we get to the higher level planets, they will be thoroughly taken, and we'll have to clear them out piece by piece. This will also be one of the best parts in the game, at least in my opinion. Here we are back on Haven. There's another prime here because of another dreadnought. We've got to clear out the prime so we can eliminate the dreadnought again. It is just a baby prime. Haven had numerous armories, and the Legion was having difficulty uprooting them. This takes longer because of the reinforcements that the prime summons in spite of sitting at a pixel of life for some of this battle.
The prime on Haven is down. Don't get comfortable, Starlink. As long as I've got this dreadnought, I own this sector.
Oh yeah, these guys have a lot of big talk after you decimate their forces. This one in particular won't last too long though.
That blemish on Karit ain't right.
What? Hold up. The star map. Karit's covered in extractors.
My stars. How is this possible?
Guess we gotta find some friends somewhere else.
No, we can't abandon our friends, especially now. The Alliance has to stay strong.
Agreed. We must adapt to overcome our obstacles. We can't let the Legion advance.
Yeah, we're Starlink. We never give up.
All right. Color me inspired. So we take back Karit, then what?
Then we do the impossible, like always.
Looking a lot better.
Kareed isn't actually completely covered in extractors as they mentioned, but it has a significant number of Legion present. I can get an armory up immediately and then upgrade it, give me some assistance in defending and attacking the extractors that are present on the surface.
Looking at the design, we'll need more Electrum to get started.
Great work. We have all the resources we need. Now it's the same as any other outpost. We just need to find a good spot to build. Once the first Starlink tower is done, we can figure out how many we'll need to reach Grax.
Doing this quest for this particular refinery makes them join our planetary forces. If there are neutral bases on a planet, this is how you coax them over to your side. All bases technically have ships that will join you to fight the Legion, even if armories are the best suited for doing that.
Nova link established.
What do you know? It's working.
Whoa, we should have juiced up the Equinox a long time ago. Check this out.
What's going on?
I think I can boost our scanners for just a... Yes!
We need a network of towers in order to locate specifically where Grax is hiding so we can eliminate him. This will mostly require me to clear the primes and dreadnoughts out from our current system and everywhere else that we were going to do anyway. Welcome to Neocrom. The crew calls it a creepy planet, and I'm immediately assaulted by the atmospheric saturation because of the extractors. We also encounter a crust giant. These occupy higher level planets. I don't know this initially, but if extractors cover the entire planet, there are none to few allied stations present. I have to clear out enough extractors to expose the position to build them. This extractor has a crush giant and some others. These are pretty high level compared to the others I've faced, and they have some additional moves. There's also a bit of a battle here, and it takes a bit to eliminate these enemies before going after the extractor itself. Surprise! Destroying this extractor doesn't clear the sky. We'll need to take out several in this area to do that, which will also expose the base position so we can begin to build an alliance here. Unfortunately, you cannot build armories immediately either. There's simply Legion everywhere, and I do liberate some ruins, which brings reinforcements for that particular area, even if they don't have any bases to come from yet.
Analysis. This unit absorbs energy and will explode on impact.
I've been out here fighting almost constantly. Crushed giants and others are all over the place. I need some room to breathe, open up the atmosphere so I can build an armory, just to have some reinforcements, so it's not just me out here. Even this extractor doesn't clear out the sky, however. We need another one down. The sheer amount of mods I'm collecting out here should make this easier, but as you can see, the cores have some sort of armor that circles on them. The Legion keeps trying to make things interesting. I'm just fighting the nodes here, and they are throwing out so much fire in my direction, I'm having to dodge constantly.
Out of the picture.
Lethargically, the destruction of the extractor reveals the long-lost sky. We've managed to push the Legion back, at least on this particular slice of the planet. At the base node, I realized something else. I need to reach 25% alliance to build an armory, so I'll need to install other support bases to build that number up before we can actually acquire those reinforcements I need desperately.
Hey there, we'd benefit greatly from some of the cores you're carrying if you wanted to barter.
I think these things are new. Legion turrets help guard imp bases. I need to pull out their power cores to eliminate them so I can build bases here on the node.
The Alliance is
Finally, we're at over 25%. I've been doing a variety of quests to bring neutrals into the Alliance as well as building other bases around. There's a ton of legions still out here, and it's been one large planetary brawl this entire time, and it's been glorious. At least we've got some allies to help us out now. They can actually take out distractors on their own, given enough time and upgrades.
Keep working with us, and we'll have this whole...
I'm still in Neocrom. The Prime started at tier 4, but now it's at tier 2, the equivalent to the first one we fought. The reinforcements are much higher level, but I've gotten a ton of mods here, and he runs off pretty quick, and I have to race to keep up with him. I do so much damage that once I knock him down, I can take out his belly vulnerable point really fast. The battle for this planet was a long one, and technically there are still extractors around, but my allies will mop up easily without the Prime present to rebuild them. The battle for Neocrom has ended. Additionally, I'm in the other tank ship. I died and instead of responded, ended up just modding a second ship. Now if this one dies, I can switch back over to the first tank ship and continue like nothing happened. Repairs are cheap enough too that you can just easily repair whatever ships get destroyed. We're on a Shar now. It's the fiery planet. You know, you always have to have one of these in sci-fi, right? This isn't as conquered as Neocrom was, but there's still a pretty low level of Alliance activity present. I'm reaching overpowered status in the game now, so clearing out the Legion won't be much of a threat for me. Neocrom was probably the best point in the game where the enemy was both a challenge but also not too hard. The boon from conquering that planet, however, has allowed me to upgrade everything quite significantly.
Power cell should disable it.
There's this alarm or alert or something that is present on Legion controlled worlds. At least I think that's the only place I've heard it. Not sure what it is, but it'll fade as the Legion control wanes. And it always sounds like it's off in the distance somewhere, but I can never approach it. Since this is a fire planet, we have a lot of Legion who are also fire elementals. I love ice weapons, so this is just fine by me. Unfortunately, I feel like the different elemental weapons aren't exactly on parity with each other. Maybe I just didn't mod them properly or something, but ice weapons just feel a whole lot better to me. I specifically went after this Prime at tier 3 because I wanted to see what the fight would be like. I also think I'm strong enough to deal with them. Probably I could have taken tier 4 by this point, but I'd have to let the planet get grinded down for that to happen, as I have Alliance on almost every world now. Oh, this one has a tail and a laser, but I do so much damage we phase him down very fast. Strafing around the second phase, I take out the crystals with some more laser fire happening from this Prime. The third phase is super interesting. We have to take flight as the ground erupts in deadly energy, and I have to shoot the tail as beams circle around us. Now I really wish I'd seen tier 4 Prime just to experience what that fight would be like. Fun fight, but I'm just too powerful at this point. We're playing a power fantasy game now. This is a 15th level dreadnought. I meant to be recording, but only started halfway through just now to show off the battle. Although not a lot of changes are here other than the firepower of the other ships. At this point, the missiles pose absolutely no threat to me. I just active shield through them and eliminate the launcher, opening up my access to the core.
You will not survive this.
Yeah, these commanders always think they are unstoppable. Even after I destroy both their primes, he's still convinced I'm gonna fail somehow. They have main character syndrome pretty bad. They're like one of the bad guys in a Bruce Lee film where they see their buddies get, completely beat down, and then they're just like, nah, I'm the one that's gonna take him out, actually. Although I I didn't notice it at the time, I think I may have skipped a prime there on the right side of the map. Oh well, guess maybe I didn't need to take them out after all.
My last prime fell. I knew you'd be coming for this dreadnought. Well, what are you waiting for?
I do actually take some damage here. I can handle ground-based combat without effort, but fighting these dreadnoughts can give me some pause if I'm not careful. It doesn't last very long though.
No turning back now. Not when you're messing with a black hole in the middle of the ship.
It's okay. We got this.
Starlink singularity manual calibration initiated.
We've got this.
What's going on? Ships! They're interfering with the calibration. Warning, miscalibration detected.
Mason! Are you okay?
We did it!
Now we face our final test. Grax.
Warden station, here we come. Starlink recalibrated.
All right, I'm on the other side.
Whoa, these dreadnoughts are all busted up. Not all of them. Check it, 9 o'clock. Doesn't seem like they're active though.
For now. But we spent time getting here. Time Grax used to collect Nova. Soon as these dreadnoughts are fueled up.
We won't let it happen.
I'm afraid it only gets worse. The Warden station, it's not orbiting the solar shield. It's inside of it. Inside? That's crazy!
Okay, you're telling me we still can't reach Grax after all this? No, there has to be a way in.
Hey, geniuses. If that shield's so tough, how's that dreadnought getting through? You're right. Maybe if we disguised our vessel code somehow.
Dude, hold up. If the dreadnought can go through the shield, why don't we just go through the dreadnought?
That isn't a bad idea.
Seriously? We all head in there, we'll be sitting ducks.
That only one of us goes. I'm not sure we have other options.
Wait, I'm getting something.
Warning. Legion Drakes incoming.
Everyone, prepare to engage.
Good thing the crew were all strapped into their acceleration couches. Oh wait. We have to go through this dreadnought to bypass the shield and face Grax directly. We just need to blow open the front and sail all the way through it. I also stopped to destroy it for some reason.
Grax, where are you? Show yourself.
I am in the stars. I am on every planet in Atlas. I surround you. So come bear witness as I claim every world in this galaxy.
First, I'm gonna tear that mask off. Then, I'm gonna enjoy the look on your face.
Grax hides behind his Legion for a bit before he arrives with his super weapon. First phase is straightforward and very quick. Even though this is probably the toughest fight in the game, I'm almost completely upgraded to the maximum. I even have a couple of the unique mods that are scattered around the Atlas system. Second phase, he starts lighting up the arena, and I eventually figure out that I need to be airborne for this to avoid the majority of the damage output, as I don't have specific elemental resistances still, just a general variety. Once in the air, I can both deflect shots as well as make strafing runs against Grax. If he freezes me, it'll drop me into the fire for a moment, so I need to at least avoid the icy crystals he fires or reflect them. Most of the damage I can do here is reflection, but I can hit him and discover this towards the end. There's a lot of repositioning here to dodge and then making a strafing run and so on and so forth.
Is the power of a Warden reborn!
That's enough. Your science melting the station. This whole place is gonna blow.
No, I will not bend. The Wardens gave me this power. It is mine to control.
On the third phase, he has his space shooter chain gun-like attack that actually shreds me when I do get hit by it. He can also refresh his shields here, requiring me to knock it out a couple of times before making the final shot.
It's down.
Yes, you made it! Look, the shield's collapsing. As soon as that thing goes, we all burn. So get through the portal, now!
Way ahead of you.
Why did the Wardens allow my scion to fall? You've cursed me!
Crazy Kraken's still breathing.
What? I'm turning around!
Go on, get going. I'll handle this.
Okay, hurry!
Grax decides to try his luck on a ship even after I took out his Scion. I don't use Eli's gunslinger ability nearly enough. This might even just be the second or third time I've utilized it, but at least I made it count. I shoot all the rounds into Grax, obliterating him.
So, Shade, are you going to join us?
Okay, try it now. What's this about anyway?
Oh, you'll see.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Here it is.
Grax is gone. Atlas is free again. Thanks to you. We can be proud of what we accomplished here.
I can't believe we did it. Great work.
St. Grand would be proud. But he saw something on that station. The answers we seek.
This isn't the end, Judge. Your home is out there somewhere. And we'll find it.
Anomaly detected.
Well, looks like we ain't done here yet.
The end is actually pretty abrupt, much like the intro. Obviously, there was a part 2, or perhaps even just a DLC, but that never happened. This is all we got. I think the storyline here could have been pretty good if we actually had the time to explore this large cast of characters, but mostly we just race through and don't get much backstory or development, or anything really. This was still a fairly enjoyable journey though, especially on Neocrom, where I had to clear out the entire planet in order to deploy my bases. After that point, I was just too powerful for much to affect me, other than that last Dreadnought battle before going after Grax. Grax was also potentially a cool villain if we actually saw more of him. As mentioned, this game is also co-op, even has a limited split screen with a tether. This might make the endgame portions even easier, but who knows, As I previously mentioned, it does look kind of like No Man's Sky, at least on the planets and in the asteroid fields, but obviously much simpler mechanics and more action and exploration. I do love these colorful worlds though. I get tired of some other games' reliance on gray. As always, if you made it all the way here, thanks for watching all the way through. Stay safe in this tumultuous era that we exist within.